Every lantern holds a story. Tonight, one will shine. I never believed that ordinary days could change a life until one rainy evening. On my way home, the boy had lost something. I didn't know what. I only knew he looked heartbroken. They finally left. Empty-handed, I almost walked away too, until something caught my eye. I thought it belonged to the little boy. I decided to keep it safe until tomorrow.
If you're taking her home, never leave her alone.
The next morning, nothing felt unusual. In fact, everything felt strangely easy. Maybe it was only luck. One more step, and my morning would have ended differently. I hadn't done anything extraordinary, yet somehow everyone believed I had saved the day.
Excellent work, Maya. You caught it before anyone else.
I waited, hoping they would return, but the bench stayed empty, just like yesterday.
Sometimes what stays isn't waiting to be found.
Sometimes good things simply arrive without warning. Lucky, that was the word people kept using. I never believed it. I wasn't praying. I wasn't asking for anything. I simply didn't want it to feel forgotten. That was the moment I stopped calling it coincidence.
We'd still like to offer you the position, if you're interested.
One coincidence can be ignored. 2 makes you curious. 3 changes the way you think. I still told myself it was only gratitude, nothing more. I bought a better place for the doll, at least. That's what I believed. Then I noticed something I couldn't explain. Not the doll, the woman.
I don't remember her standing there.
Success didn't change my life overnight. It changed the little choices I no longer noticed.
Maya, could you help me for just 5 minutes?
I'm sorry. I really don't have time today.
Months ago, I would have stopped. That afternoon, I kept walking, and somehow it felt easier. I spent more time taking care of the doll than noticing the people around me. I came back to return the doll, but the place I remembered no longer existed. Every morning before leaving, I did exactly the same thing. At first, I believed I had finally become lucky. Then I stopped calling it luck. I never prayed, but I quietly hoped tomorrow would be just as perfect. Someone else had just lost the opportunity I had received. For the first time, the timing didn't feel random. I stopped wondering why my life had changed. I only wondered how long it would last. Kindness found me. Wherever I went, I never asked why people suddenly gave me more. It had become part of my routine, like locking the door before sleeping. I never questioned it anymore. Months ago, I would have stopped. This time, I kept walking. I told myself someone else would help. I spent more time caring for the doll than calling the people I loved. It wasn't that I didn't care. I simply believed tomorrow would always be there. I never asked for more, but somewhere deep inside, I had already begun to fear losing it.
Thank you. Please stay with me.
I told myself, flowers don't last forever, so I simply bought new ones. Years ago, I would have stopped. That morning, I kept walking without even thinking. Somehow, memories became easier to put away than before. I wasn't avoiding her. I simply believed tomorrow would always come first. Life kept moving. So did I. Somewhere along the way, the doll slowly stopped becoming the center of my home. Success has a quiet way of changing memory. Soon, I began believing I had earned everything. For the first time, I forgot to bring new flowers, and strangely, I didn't feel guilty. I told myself it was only temporary, just until I found a better place for it. I didn't throw it away. I truly believed someone else might need it more than I ever would. 3 months passed. Nothing changed. No bad luck. No strange dreams. Life simply kept getting better.
Congratulations, Maya. You deserve this success.
Then, one ordinary afternoon, I saw something I never expected to see again. I couldn't stop myself. I had to ask where she found it.
That's a beautiful doll. Where did you get it?
I found her.
It started with something so small I barely noticed. A pair of keys that simply disappeared. The next morning, another small thing slipped away. Nothing serious, just enough to leave a question.
The client wants more time. We'll try again next month.
They didn't look rich. They simply looked lighter, as if life had finally become kinder. I wanted to know where the doll had come from, but the answer only confused me more.
She found it inside a donation box. She hasn't let go of it since.
I told myself I only wanted to hold it one more time.
Would you sell it to me?
No, she's my friend.
Money had solved almost every problem in my life until that evening.
I'm sorry. Some things aren't for sale.
I offered more money, enough to change their lives. They still refused.
Thank you, but she already has everything she needs.
I told myself it wasn't greed. I only wanted one chance to make things right again. That night, I crossed a line I once believed I never would. I kept telling myself I would return it tomorrow. I only needed one night. Finally, it was back. I believed everything could still be fixed. I wasn't looking at the doll anymore. I was looking at the woman I had forgotten how to be. I had seen that photograph hundreds of times, but never those words. I came to return what I had stolen, but someone was already holding it.
I took the doll last night.
That's impossible. She slept with it all night.
The camera recorded everything except the one thing I needed to understand. I finally understood there were questions I would never be able to answer. Then another child stopped for the same reason. I once did.
Did someone lose this?
This time, I didn't stop him. Some choices belong only to the one who makes them.
If you take her home, don't ever believe your happiness comes from her.
Then, why did you keep her?
Because every time I looked at her, she reminded me of the person I never wanted to lose.
Some people believe they found the doll. Perhaps the doll found them first.